we're here. Yeah. So, I don't have any scissors, or at least I can't find any right now. But I have this. You want to open it? Here. He just wants the box. Honestly, he just waits for the box to be open. All right, let's open this gently. Welcome to my unboxing where we're unsafe. Dipper, please don't get hurt. I'd rather hurt myself. Cut towards yourself. Remember that, kids. Oh, hell yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, Dipper, you want the box? Give the box. Look at him, immediately. Hey, can I have this? I need this. Ah, it's an invoice. I don't give a shit. I shouldn't swear because this is sponsored and I don't want them to not sponsor me anymore. It came in a box. It came with a cat too, as you can tell. He's already enjoying himself. I see. Get out of my box. Go. Out of my box. Go. He's not even scared. I think he doesn't even give a shit. Do you even give a shit? He's just gonna chill to the side here. This is a tablet, obviously. Well, specifically what this is, do you mind? This is a Q11K wireless graphics tablet from HUION. Yay! Oh wait, I should go grab it. I'll be right back. This video's not even worth it if I don't get the other tablet. Oh cool, he's gone. So this is a tablet I've been using for the past... How long ago was sophomore year? For the past 5 years, I've been using this tablet. My first tablet was from Wacom. It was a really old tablet, obviously. I've used it since I was like 9. And then in sophomore year in high school, my cat spilled water on it and became useless. But I couldn't get a new tablet, so my very generous friend named Vera was like, hey, you can use my tablet, because I was working on Heat Haze days, and I'm sorry to like rehash on this shit. My friend was like, you know what, you've been working really hard, I'll let you borrow my tablet, but you have to give it back to me once you're done, or once you get your own tablet. I'm like, okay. So every single video since then has been done on this tablet. And as you can see, it's slightly damaged because I dropped it one too many times. It's very scratched up because, hello, I draw. I draw like really hard actually, so, sorry. But this is also out of production, so I can't recommend this to anybody. It's a bamboo Wacom. Here's some information. It's all useless now. I've been promising to give it back to them, but I just haven't had enough money to go get a new one, and this worked, so. Oh, they want the box. Give me a freaking minute. We got another cat in here. The cat who ruined my first antique is not here right now. He's like sleeping somewhere, I guess. So, I reached out to a couple companies that you guys recommended, and one of them was HUION, so that's what this is. It's kind of big, actually. Look at this. And look at this. Look at this. Wow, amazing. Let's stop looking at my face for a second and just like, let's do this, you know what I mean? Ask me what Hogwarts house I'm in. All right, here we go. Oh, another box. That's pretty neat. I think all the obstacles are out of the way besides these stickers, so I'm just gonna, freaking, hey, don't distract me. So, this is what the box looks like. Pretty cool. It's very sleek. The box itself has like this matte finish. It's not glossy. I guess it is kind of glossy. I don't know what the material is. Do you think I know what I'm talking about? No. Down here it says all these little details. Here's some dimensions. Here's the work area. The pressure sensitivity is 8,192 levels, which is actually pretty good because I think low-end tablets usually have about like 2,000 pressure sensitivity, so this is actually really good. So it's wireless, USB. The battery life is approximately 40 hours, but if you don't want it to be wireless, you can always just leave it plugged in. And here's the OS support. Let's finally open her up, shall we? Okay. Oh, here we go. So the top of the box has this little foam little thing on the top so that your tablet is safe. And on the top of it, it has a little thank you card. And yeah, look at that. Look at that papyrus font. See, like, the thing with HUION, they have like really good, like legitimate looking sites and stuff. So it's not like any of those other Wacom dupes where you know you're getting a dupe. Like this looks like an actual competitor, you know what I mean, to Wacom. So Wacom, watch out. So it comes with a little film on top of it. Let's take this baby out. Wow, so nice. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So here it is in the light. Awesome. Look at that. So here's like the size compared to my hand, like a little, you know how like when people put coins next to their artwork to like show them the size of it? Actually here's like the knife compared to this. Here's the front. And here's the back. It has little grips on them. They don't feel that grippy. It's kind of actually smooth, but it's in that little material that you know that the other tablets have. I feel like it can grip on fine, but it also feels like it can slide when you want it to, you know what I mean? I already have my fingerprints on that. Do you see this? My fingerprints are already on it, sorry. It has these really cool little textures right here that are like dots. You can tell on a tablet there's the little 4 dots, so that's like basically the working space that you have right here. Here's the little HUION logo. Here are their hotkeys. Here's a line, a dot, 3 dots, a line again, and the same thing down here except the dots are switched around. So even if you're not looking, it's kind of like Braille, where you can just feel it and know which button you're pressing instead of kind of like this where you have to like kind of guess, since the textures in this are all even. So with stuff like this, it's kind of cool that they have like the little embellishments here. On the sides here, there's a little switch right here. On this side, look, there's another switch. And here's the plug, which I assume you can charge your tablet to. This is pretty cool. It's a really good size actually. Because with smaller tablets, you kind of risk your wrist kind of messed up if you just do strokes like this all the time. But with bigger tablets like this, you have more space to work with, so you can actually just move your whole entire arm. So there's the tablet itself. In the box here, I think this is the installation disc. Oh, it's actually pretty cool. Look at that. The paper they use is actually pretty high quality too. Like everything in this package is very high quality. There's the little disc, the driver and manual. Pretty cool. And if the drivers don't work, you can go on their website and they have updated drivers there, a little pamphlet or whatever. And in here are all these cool little boxes. So like little buttons, look at this. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, judging by the images on these boxes, I can tell this is the pen holder. It's little custom boxes, they're so fancy. And here's the little pen holder. What else is in here? I think these two come together. This is actually pretty weighty. This is heavier and this is like obviously hollow, but this keeps it down. In here, you can see that there's supposed to be little nibs for your pen. I think by the time you run out of pen nibs, you already get a new tablet by then. So yeah, and there it is all together. A little HUION, it's so cute. And there's the same rubbery texture down here so it can stay in place. Next, let's do this. Let's keep the pen for last since that's like the main baby. We got a USB cable. I'll explain this later about why this is important. So we'll keep that to the side. And in here we got the tablet charger. They're both USB powered, so that's pretty cool. Pretty versatile. And I think that's it for this box. And last but not least, we get the Q pen. Nice little pen case here. Oh, and there's the pen. Wow. I think this makes it wireless. Here are some pen nibs. Put that in your little pen holder. And here is the little pen. Let's take this out through this little indent right here. And here we go, the little HUION pen. It has 2 little buttons right here for your little right click or undo, whatever you prefer. I'm not the kind of person who's very picky about their pen size. I can already tell that to some people this could be a little bit thin. Alright, so let's get nitty gritty of the pen and why sometimes this could be a deal breaker for some people. And the thing that's very important to know about this tablet is that it has no eraser, but also you have to charge it. What I mean by you have to charge is that this is battery powered. So they give you this cord so that you can charge your pen and you just stick it in here and you have to charge it. The pen usually lasts for a very long time. You don't have to charge it too often. If I have to put a number on it, I'll look this up later, but I think people have gone months without charging this. When you're on the go, you don't have to worry about your pen. But if you do go on long trips with this, be sure to do that first, just in case you haven't charged your pen in a long time. But other than that, it's very lightweight. I know a lot of people like to use the erasers so that they can draw and then flip the pen and erase it. But I had never used my eraser butt on any of my Wacom tablets, so you can even use one of these buttons for the eraser tool. So if you're very bummed out about the eraser part, just get used to using one of these as an eraser, because honestly, this is like really nice. You can even put your thumb here instead so that you can go like this. And that's faster too. Not a deal breaker for me. And certainly not a deal breaker for a lot of people because I don't use the eraser that often. So here's all the stuff that comes with the Q11K wireless tablet from HUION. You get the tablet, the pen nibs, pen holder, 2 USB cables, one for tablet, one for the pen, the wireless adapter, the driver and manual, and a little pamphlet. And there's a little girly that is very curious of everything here. You can't fit in that box, it's too small. Look at her. And I will now try and install this and give you a review on how it works. Okay, so a lot of the installation notes are in the pamphlet itself that you get with the HUION box. In the pamphlet you get an overview of all the buttons and all the switches. So the left switch is the on and off switch and the right switch is the press key lock for your hotkeys. Also, it includes like the accessories you get with the package. And next to that is some driver installation notes. Installing it is actually really easy. So you just disconnect from the internet real quick, and then you close all your graphics software and antivirus programs. This includes especially your art programs, so I just close all my windows just in case, including my browser windows. Then you just clean up your disk with your key exclusive handkerchief, and then you just pop it into your disk driver. I'm going to the disk driver and I'm running it, and then a little window will open up asking you if you have Windows or Mac, and then you just click a bunch of buttons and then you're all set. I ran into a problem where it said like a file was missing. I looked it up and apparently it's not that important, so you can just ignore it. It doesn't really change that much. I was a little worried at first, but honestly it works fine if you just skip it. Nothing's happened to me yet, so everything should be fine. And honestly, that's like the only roadblock I had with installing the driver, so. And after everything's done installing, you just restart your computer. Easy as that. And then you just plug in your little wireless adapter to your computer, and then you can just turn on your tablet. But your pen will be dead, so in the meantime, before you use it, charge your pen. As said in the pamphlet, an intense red light will appear if it's very low, and over time it will get lighter and lighter. It says it will turn orange, but that's just the light dimming. So once the light is off, that means it's fully charged, or your pen is unplugged, so make sure your pen is plugged in, make sure it's charging. I think it took me around an hour for the pen to charge fully. I kept unplugging it and plugging back in because I thought it's supposed to turn green. But while you're waiting, I'll tell you how to change your pen nibs. Again, this is in the pamphlet, but if you want to change your pen nib, you just insert the pen into the hole inside of the pen nib holder, stick it in and pull it out. It's not that hard. And then you can have some fun just putting your pen nibs in the pen nib holder. HUION will install a settings app. You get to customize all this stuff. The settings are really easy, they're really simple, they're not too complicated. You can customize all your hotkeys. There's a pen pressure test you can do just in case you want to make sure your pen pressure is working. And then you can also switch your settings on your pen. You can rotate your tablet, so if you're left-handed, you can flip it around and it'll work just fine. And yeah, that's basically it for all the settings for the HUION tablet. Overall, the pressure sensitivity is actually really good. It's like crazy easy to like get used to the high quality pressure sensitivity because like the lightest touch will be picked up. I tested it out on all the art programs and you can see I'm like barely touching it with the pen tip and it's picking it up, you know? Like the slightest touch. It acts like a real pencil. Like if you touch your pencil to a piece of paper, the lead will transfer to the paper, and I feel like that's what it's mimicking here. If you're used to drawing traditionally, which I feel like everyone starts off traditionally, obviously it's gonna translate so much easier. Like if you're used to sketching in your life, this tablet is the easiest transition ever. Like there's no disconnect of trying to press hard to get different strokes or different sizes. Like if you're sketching, it'll come out like a sketch. If you're line arting, it'll come out as line art. You know what I mean? I like it a lot. It feels more natural that way. But if you don't want it to pick up your slightest touches, you can edit the sensitivity, or you can edit the tool inside the art program to where the minimum size won't be the lightest touch you do. I feel like I'm drawing faster because I'm not pressing hard on the tablet like I did with my other tablet. It flows really nice, and since the tablet's really big, my arm flows better. Like, and since it's wireless, you can just like move anywhere with it. You can sit on the couch and like have your laptop on the coffee table or something. You can lean back in your chair, have it in your lap. You can be in all sorts of comfortable positions and it'll be super natural. It's like you're drawing in a sketchbook, and I love it. I love it so much. I think using this tablet made my wrist like very happy. I think it's really worth it. I think the size is worth it if you don't want to get carpal tunnel and stuff. So after using the HUION tablet for a couple days now, almost a week, I ran into one more major problem. I assume most of you use Sai or have heard of Sai, and I tested it out on Sai, which is my main art program for art in general and not animations. So I tried it out, and as soon as I opened Sai, my pen just stopped working. Like it would just stop, it would just freeze up, and I was like, oh, why is this happening? Did the battery die? So I tried charging it, but the pen was fully charged, the tablet was on, and I found out that if I use the mouse to exit Sai, that the pen would work outside of Sai. Like it'd work on a browser, but as soon as I opened up Sai, the pen would just stop working. But the mouse would move and the computer wasn't frozen. It was just that my pen didn't like it when Sai was on the screen. But it worked with Flash and Photoshop and Paint and all that other stuff. It just didn't like Sai. I was scouring the internet and apparently everyone had this problem. Like it was unsolvable, like no one figured it out. I researched for like maybe like an hour and I couldn't find anything. Everyone was like, it's a loss, you can't, HUION doesn't like Sai, tablet doesn't support that. And I was like, no. I've seen people use it with Psy. There's something wrong with this version of Psy or this tablet or this computer. I downloaded some drivers from the website, nothing happened, and I was like, this is a deal breaker because I could move on to Photoshop, but I don't wanna. I like Psy a lot. It's a familiar place. I use Photoshop for other things, but not art. It's not meant for art. Psy is meant for art. So I was like, if I can't use this for Psy, then I don't think I'll use this tablet. So I was like, no, I have to find a way to do this. So I kept looking and I found this one comment in this obscure forum on DeviantArt. They are literally my savior because all they said was, you have to run them both on administrator. And that's it. You just, when you launch Psy, when you open Psy, at least in my version, you have to get administrator approval every time. So I didn't think it interfered with HUION, and the way around this is you have to launch your HUION tablet and you just right click and run as administrator. And that should be easy, right? But after a couple of days of using it, I ran into some more problems. Even if I ran both of them as administrator, sometimes it wouldn't work anyway, but I've tried to solve this issue by restarting the computer and opening up again and just outright, before turning on the tablet, I just run it as administrator and then opening up Psy at the same time, or something along, I don't know the order I do it in. Sometimes it doesn't work in the order I first did it in. It's really complicated. It's very picky about what mood it is in that day, you know what I mean? But it does work. It does work with Psy. Don't worry, guys. You can still use your HUION tablet with Psy. It's just really complicated. It's actually really simple, but it still works. I'm still gonna use this tablet. This is my new tablet, but the answer is really simple. It's just sometimes the order is a little different and it shouldn't be a problem. Some people don't even have this problem. It's just sometimes people just have like an illegitimate version of Psy. I'm not naming names, but if you're one of these many people who are as lost as I was, it's there. There's the answer. Please spread the word. So it works in Psy, Photoshop, Animate, CC. I downloaded Medibang and it works in Medibang. After using all these applications, I assume they work in other applications as well, other drawing applications. It even works in DrawPile. If you use DrawPile, it works in DrawPile. There you go. But in DrawPile, it kind of lags, but you know what else lags? Nice segue there. I tried live streaming something on my Picarto using the HUION tablet, and I never had this problem before, but when I stream, it's kind of hard to draw because it's super laggy. And sometimes you have to run your recording program with administrator rights too, since it only works when you run things with administrator rights, I guess. Once I got it to work, it was just lag city. It was lagging everywhere, and like I had to cancel the stream because my tablet just didn't like streaming at the same time. I can record, like local recording. I can't stream it to other people, you know what I mean? So that's a little bit of a bummer. I don't know how to fix that. I probably figure it out sometime. So my overall review of the HUION tablet is that I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. I feel like using bigger tablets, I don't think I can go back to smaller tablets because I just don't want to risk my wrist being like super damaged over time. And HUION is a really good company. Their stuff is like so much cheaper, but it's still really great quality. Like sure, Wacom has the non-battery powered pens, but honestly, you don't need all that fancy stuff. You kind of just need the basics. If you're just a hobbyist, this is all you need. I feel like even in a school setting, if you're like learning animation and all that stuff in school, I don't know why schools are spending all this money on fancy Wacom tablets when students don't even use all the features. And I feel like companies like HUION are such an easy alternative for people on a budget, and it's so good. You don't get 8,000 pressure sensitivity in your pen for this price for a tablet, like for a drawing tablet. Like you don't get that with Wacom. Wacom charges crazy expensive for this kind of technology, and I feel like anyone who doesn't take a second to look at HUION products, don't blow all your money without giving them a second thought. For beginner artists who don't even have a tablet yet and they're looking into tablets, please consider before shelling out all that money on a more expensive tablet that you've been looking at. That's the lesson I've learned today. Back in the day, like a couple years ago, I couldn't find any good alternatives, but now other companies are catching up and they're coming out with great alternatives, and I feel like this is the perfect time to go get a tablet alternative. It's like Wacom is the name brand, but you can still get other brands that give you the same thing and maybe even better, or just the things you need. TLDR, just do yourself a favor, save some money. I'll leave a link in the description, or you can look at the other products, look around a little bit, see what works for you. Even though I'm just doing this one review for this one HUION tablet. I feel like this reflects on all of their other products. This is my honest review. HUION isn't paying me to say this stuff. They just gave me a tablet and they're like, review it. I think that's all I have to say about the HUION tablet. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the speed paint.